All right, so you guys know I'm in NFL mode right now, but like I always say, the NBA offseason is the gift that keeps on giving in sports media. So I'm just going to get straight into it. The post Donovan Mitchell trade conversation has been interesting to say the least. I'm going to be honest, I really love this trade for Cleveland. I've stated in other videos I've done that Donovan Mitchell is ranked 15th on my list of best current players in the league, and he can range anywhere from 8th on a good night to 20th ish on a poor one. People have had a ton of criticism towards him recently over his lack of defensive effort, his poor shot selection, and just not trusting his teammates enough, particularly Rudy Gobert, who it just seems like he hates. I saw a stat last season that said Mitchell only passed the ball to Gobert twice a game, which is absolutely insane to think about given Mitchell is the primary ball handler and Gobert is the primary rim roller, so there was definitely some funk going on there. Mitchell was a cone last season after his injury, and he is a short guard, but we know he's stout, and I believe his competitiveness and athleticism will be enough for him to make an impact on the defensive end in upcoming seasons. I also think with Mobley and Allen behind him, his defensive effort doesn't really matter too much as long as he is chasing guys off of that 3 point line. Now, the hate on his defense is understandable to me because I want all my guys to give a better effort on that end than Mitchell did last season. But the shot selection and ball hogging hate that Mitchell got during his time in Utah is just pretty unwarranted to me, and I can't really wrap my head around it. The guy was out there with Gobert, who has zero feel for the game and bad hands. The perimeter players surrounding them featured a washed up Mike Conley, who now struggles to penetrate, can't finish at the rim, and is a cone himself. I've been saying it in videos for like since I started making videos. I was saying it on Twitter before I was making videos. Mike Conley is a big reason why Utah couldn't get over that hump. Mike Conley at point guard, he's just not as explosive at this point in his career as the other point guards that he's going up against in the Western Conference. It just, every night when Utah's playing against another good team, they're getting outplayed at the point guard position. As simple as that. Royce O'Neal is a good role player who can 3 and D, but he couldn't create it all. And Bogdan can score, but is limited due to his athleticism, and he can't defend either. They also had Jordan Clarkson, but he's a coin flip on whether he's going to bring his game that night or not. So I guess my point is, if you were Donovan Mitchell, would you pass the ball? My answer would be no. Quinn Snyder ran that offense with the goal being for Donovan Mitchell to get a look at the rim or a look from three for his teammates every time, and that's exactly what would happen. Mitchell proved he could win regular season games and compete in the playoffs as the main option in this gimmick offense. We now get to see him work on and off the ball with immense talent on both sides. I think he emerges as the slightly older leader guy who's been to war before, and he adds validation to a team that is stacked with talent. Cleveland will now have 48 minutes of elite guard play to go along with the elite rim protection they already had with Mobley and Allen. That spells for a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense, which will make them scary for any team they face. I think the goal for this season should be the Eastern Conference Finals, but one day we might just end up calling this team the champs. Quickly switching over to the Utah side of this, they stacked up so much capital and picks, and I trust Ainge to make the right decision on keeping all the assets and stacking the team back up, or trading several pieces to get big name guys. We know they are in the Wembanyama sweepstakes, but they could also end up with Scoot Henderson as their new Donovan Mitchell. So Utah has moves they can make as well, so I can't call them losers, but I will say that having Gobert and Mitchell and having no Western Conference Finals appearances to show for it, while the Mavs just got a quick one in with Luka, is tough. When you get talent to a small market city like Utah, you got to keep them happy and you got to get those role players to fill in. Once again, I'm real interested to see what Danny Ainge pulls out his sleeve because he always comes up with something. Get in the comments, let me know what you guys think about this trade. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the videos. Till next time, peace.